Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Auphanim. So we're going to talk a little bit about XRP, Ripple, the SEC, maybe a little bit, just a little bit. There's so many interesting things coming up. And so we have an article on U.today, and it says XRP weighs upside move as Ripple lawyers' advice set to be unsealed in mid-February. And the article continues on as such. The description of the advice Ripple received from its outside counsel in 2012 memos may soon be made public, thanks to a recent judgment by U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres of Manhattan. Ripple requested legal advice from an unnamed global law firm in 2012 as it considered launching a new digital coin. Ripple had also received two documents from the law firm that looked at the legal concerns that could arise as a result of the launch. The legal advice contained in the two memos, according to Torres, must be unsealed and made public February the 17th. So you want to put this on your, that on your calendar and keep an ear open and keep an eye open for when that drops. Could be major. And I think this is why you're seeing a huge push in the price. I think that price, honestly, should be a little bit higher, in my humble opinion, if people understand what XRP could go to if there's any type of positive, really positive developments in this particular case. Now, before we continue on with the article, I'd just like to say, I've been telling people for a long time on the channel, since the beginning of the channel, reach out to your congressmen, reach out to your senators, reach out to your politicians, and let them know how you feel about crypto regulations. If you love crypto, let them know that. Let them know what you believe should happen. Make your voice heard. This is a fight. So if you want something positive to happen, we have to take actions ourselves. I've been saying this since the beginning of the channel. Hopefully people are doing it. I know a lot of people on the channel have told me in the comment section that they definitely have done it. But let's continue on here. So it continues on. In an email statement, Ripple General Counsel Stuart Alderati said that when the documents are released, they will show that in 2012, Ripple received a legal analysis that XRP was not an investment contract or security. Boom. Oh, man, it's about to get good. Some analysts believe that recent developments in the Ripple SEC litigation might suggest that the case may be resolved shortly. Listen, didn't I say this the other day that I believe, it's just my humble opinion, I could be completely wrong. I believe the SEC, it's in their best interest to settle this case. The reason I say that is because so many things have gone wrong for them. They've just been grasping at anything that they could possibly grab a hold to, and they have been grabbing a hold to nothing. It's just been free falling. I don't understand how this is continuing on. It's complete and utter foolishness, in my humble opinion. If you look at how what the nature of Ripple versus how XRP is actually utilized, it's ridiculous, in my humble opinion. I'm gonna throw a theory out there. It's just my opinion. Listen, what Ripple stood to do at that time, I don't think that the powers that be, the banking system, which most of the banks actually love Ripple. They love it. They want it. But I don't think the banking system was prepared, nor was the SWIFT system or the governments of the world who have a lot of power through the SWIFT system. I don't think they were prepared for how fast Ripple was going to accumulate power. I don't think anybody anticipated that. I don't think the banks actually knew how delicious XRP was going to be for them and their business. I don't think they actually anticipated how great the system Ripple set up, XRPL, let me say that, the XRPL was. And so that's why so many banks, they were just snatching up deals, partnerships on the XRPL with Ripple. Okay? Now, when SWIFT saw that, I think they were anticipating a much slower absorption of the XRPL and acquiescence to utilizing the XRPL. I think they were anticipating to move slowly. And if things move slowly, they don't really have to worry. Also, that gives them time to control everything. And so, but it didn't happen like that, because another thing that was not anticipated was how aggressive Ripple is as a company. They are highly motivated, fired up, and aggressive, and they are going to bring a lot of money to the table. They're going to take a lot of money from Swift, unless Swift integrates with XRP, and that's definitely possible. That's definitely possible. Either way, whatever happens, we win, okay? But I don't think they anticipated that. Now, a system that powerful is not going to let go of power that easily. So they had to put the brakes on Ripple. They had to put the brakes on XRP. To put the brakes on XRP, even though it's decentralized and it's separate from Ripple, anybody can build on XRPL, but you have to stop the biggest promoter of XRP, which is Ripple. In order to put the brakes on XRP and stop the banking system from utilizing XRP, which would just devastate Swift. It would devastate Swift. There is such a superior way of moving capital back and forth, cross borders or any way that you want, intra-bank payments. XRPL can do it all. It's so superior to Swift. It's ridiculous. But in order to stop that from happening, slow that down, not because you can't stop it absolutely, but you definitely can put the brakes on it so that it gives you more time to figure out what to do as you scramble. And so I believe there is a lot of money that went out behind the scenes. There's a lot of lobbying that goes on. Okay, that's another thing we might cover in this video or the next, lobbying. So there's a lot of lobbying money that goes around, and I believe certain entities receive those funds and are a part of those legacy systems, and so they acted to drag Ripple down, and they definitely put the brakes on for a little bit, but the train is still moving. And it's moving actually so well. With the brakes on, it's scary. It's scary. That should definitely be an indicator to people of where XRP is going to go when there's no brakes on. There's no brakes on. And I hear a lot of people say something like this, like, well, you saw the all-time high years ago. Well, it's only going to do that. There's no way you believe that. What it did then, when the system wasn't even almost complete, is what it's going to do now. The systems are almost complete. They're almost ready to roll out their central bank digital currencies, digital wallets, payroll on XRP in full. They're ready to flip the switch very, very soon. That is a completely different type of energy, a completely different type of time period. And there will be a massive tsunami, not a wave. Wave is not good enough. There will be a massive, if everything goes according to plan, there will be a massive tsunami of money flowing through the XRPL, and that price will stabilize, but it will stabilize at a very healthy amount. I'll just say that, right? I don't do price predictions. I do have a number in my head, a few of them actually, but I'm not going to put that out there. I think you all understand, and you know where this can go. But it will stabilize at a very high place, in my humble opinion. And they will keep it stabilized. It might be just tiny fluctuations, sort of like what you see with some stable coins, right? Like, it depends, but they will use it sort of like an SDR between banks, right? Bank to bank payments and such. And so, I mean, there's so many possibilities, so many possibilities. So we have another article on Cointelegraph.com, and it goes as such. U.S. crypto lobbying expenditure doubles in 2021. Here are the biggest spenders. And we just need to go to the first sub headline. And it reads, Ripple Labs spent the most on crypto lobbying in the U.S. over the past 5 years, with expenses totaling $2 million. Now, that's very interesting. And I'll say this, it shows a lot, doesn't it? Like $2 million is not a lot of money for lobbying, in my humble opinion. It's not a lot of money, but they don't really need it. They don't really need it because they have, I iterate this again, they have so many, not only central banks, commercial banks, but financial institutions, so many financial partners, so many banking partners that they really don't need to lobby that much because everyone has already signed agreements to utilize the XRPL. So, but I would say that when it comes to crypto, I would like to see much more lobbying money from other cryptos. What are they doing? Ripple spent the most over the last 5 years, and it's only totaling $2 million. I mean, what is everyone else waiting for? I feel like a lot of crypto are waiting for Ripple to do all the work, And it's silly in my humble opinion. You better get to work. I mean, Stellar, I don't know what they're spending in lobbying when it comes to Stellar XLM, but I do know they've sat with a lot of the governmental officials, from the Fed on multiple panels, multiple meetings. So they're doing their part. I'll say that. They're doing their part. Ripple is doing their part. Algorand is also doing their part. They've had a lot of different meetings with officials, governmental. So they're doing their part, but everyone else, and I would say HBAR doesn't need to. As powerful as HBAR is, as powerful as HBAR's governing council is, they're doing the lobbying for them. So when Google, IBM has to lobby for anything, I guarantee you Hedera is in there, right? It's included in that lobbying money. So, you know, they don't have to really do things like that at this particular time. But everyone else in crypto, that's a little bit disturbing to me, in my humble opinion. They better get to work, you know. But there's a balance to everything. So as crypto is lobbying, right? There are people that are lobbying against crypto. Legacy system does not want to give up that power. Even if they know they're going to lose, they're still going to fight you. That's just how they are. Even if they know they're going to have to acquiesce and absorb and be absorbed or absorb the system, they're going to fight you. If there's even a shred of a possibility that they could win, then they're going to fight you. And that's what you have here now. So during this fight, they get time to think about a lot of stuff. They get to plan a lot of things out. And I want to say this also. I don't know if I'll make this a separate video, but know your enemy. For a long time, I just knew superficial information about Gary Gensler in hopes that maybe, well, this was in the beginning, of course, like before he took his leading position. And I had thought maybe he might be favorable to crypto. I think a lot of people did think that until he showed his true colors, his true face. However, know your enemy. All right. Gary Gensler is not going to bend. I did a lot of research on him today and learned a lot of things, and he's going to fight until he can't fight anymore. There's no negotiating with him. There's no telling him what to do, suggesting anything to him. Not going to happen. You could be in a meeting with him. You can be in a meeting with Gary Gensler and have the most eloquent speech. Okay, you can use the greatest amount of intellect on the planet. He will not bend to your will. It's not going to happen. The things I learned today about Gary Gensler, no. And his connections, also his connections run deep. He's not going to betray. He's not going to betray the system. It's not going to happen. He loves the power. That's another thing I learned. Gary Gensler loves the power. And he always seeks out a powerful position where he can control the money. But why? It's not about the money. It's about power. There's no negotiating with a person who doesn't care about money. They only care about power. There's no negotiating with them because they hold it dear for a very personal reason that no one else knows. They hold that power dear, that control dear. They're not going to let it go. To let it go would be like stripping them naked. So there is going to be, I mean, look, if they settle with Ripple, then they save face. But there will be many other exchanges, many exchanges and other crypto that will be attacked full blast. And if they settle with Ripple, they're going to be even harder on the other crypto in exchanges because they want to show that they can win, show that they have the authority still. Beware. There is, look, I'm telling you, and there was a very astute individual who said this the other day in an article. I can't remember who said it, whose name it was, but they said 99% of crypto, we're going to go to zero. Listen, I'm telling you, from everything that I've seen, all of those meme coins, and I'm not talking about like Shiba Inu, Doge, they're here to stay. They're not really meme coins anymore. Doge is a store of value. People love Dogecoin. Shiba Inu has moved out of the meme coin territory, and they have a lot of stuff going on. Video games they're building. They have an exchange. They have a lot going on. It's not a meme coin anymore. You have to take Shiba Inu a little bit serious. And the gains that people see for Shiba Inu are unbelievable. But anyway, not them, but all the other meme coins and rug pull cryptos and scam coins. They're going away. When this Ripple case is over, whether it's settled or the SEC wins or Ripple wins, that's when they're going to turn their focus on everyone else. Right now, they have to focus on Ripple. They never anticipated Ripple fighting this hard. They didn't. So they have to focus for now. But when that focus is off of Ripple, they're going to turn their weapons on everyone else. And most of crypto is going away, which means people need to start anticipating where that money is going to flow to. Who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust XRP that just got regulatory clarity? I think they're pretty trusting. XLM, some of these banking coins where they're going to have major backing. HBAR, Cello, Algorand, who have major backing and have governmental ties, where your money is going to be safe and you're going to see an insane return on investment, things like that. Or you're going to keep your money inside of these like meme coins and scam coins that are going to get devastated. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised which ones just disappear. But I would say be careful. That's a catalyst to look for when it gets close to that Ripple case being over. Be careful with your money. Protect yourself at all times, in my humble opinion. The banks will start to use XRP, I believe, almost immediately. There's some of them, not all of them. It's going to take years to really set up infrastructure for most of them, especially the larger ones. But yeah, you're going to see, I think you're going to see a little parabolic run, because a lot of the like commercial banks and ones that are not supervisory bodies, they jump in and just start trying to use it. They are hungry for that money. So they're hungry for saving money. They're hungry for bringing in more capital. I don't know how else to put that. But yeah, you're going to see a little jump in price, a little parabolic run. For most people, it's going to be healthy. They're going to sell. They're going to be out. It's over for them. They're done. All right. Just off that first, I say the first two parabolic runs, it's over for them. And then, not the first dip, I say the second dip is going to horrify people. It's going to horrify people. And then they will sell. They won't want to take a chance again. If it even goes up a little bit after that second dip, they're going to be horrified and they're going to sell. They'll be out. But I also caution, like I said, there are catalysts in the future that can cause. There are catalysts in the future that can panic the people, that can cause a massive correction, the likes of which we have never seen. Never seen. You'll know what it is. You'll know what if it comes to pass. But it's not something to put out there right now, but just keep your eyes open. Protect yourself at all times. Also, in saying that, let me glue something with it, give you a hint. Get your crypto off those exchanges. In my humble opinion, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Get your crypto off those exchanges. Get yourself some sort of cold wallet. I prefer air-gapped, so people can't try to hack into it remotely. Air-gapped. It doesn't touch the internet. Okay, you're using QR codes to move things back and forth, multiple passwords, stuff like that. Very secure technologies, in my humble opinion. And hide it, by the way, hide it. People are going to, I don't know if I should discuss things like that on the channel. I don't know. But hide your cold wallet. Lots of people know about crypto. And a lot of people, you've been going around just telling everybody you have crypto. Are you prepared to defend that crypto in a worst case scenario? There are worldwide things that, never mind. You know what? Never mind. But I would say get your crypto off those exchanges. Anyway, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? XRP's future is bright. Whoo, man. There's going to be a lot of people who have regrets, in my humble opinion. If everything goes according to plan, there's no guarantees. But if it goes according to plan, you know how much intra-bank payments are, right? The volume? Did you see the list of banks that signed up to use XRP? Did you see that? And yet still people doubt XRP. Wow. Anyway, now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.